Hey, beautiful. What you resist persists. What you resist persists. There are so many things that we resist on a daily basis to avoid those things from happening, whether it be people, situations, life, whatever, traffic, people with bad attitudes. There's a lot of things that we resist. But the more that we resist those people, resist those circumstances, resist those things in life, is the more they attract to you, the more that you attract them to your inner space. So, with the things that we meditate on and we think about, if I think about, I don't want chocolate cake, I don't want chocolate cake, I don't want chocolate cake, is the more that I'm going to attract chocolate cake because I'm putting my feelings and my thoughts, and most importantly, I am actually vibrating the way that the thought of that thing makes me feel. And that is what actually pulls in or attracts that experience or that thing to me. So I think I don't want chocolate cake is the more that I attract it because I'm putting my all into it. My heart, my soul, my mind, my everything. I'm putting my all into it. And so it's hard to resist something that I'm not thinking about and something that I'm not feeling and something that I'm not, meditating on, really putting my energy and focusing on that thing. It's hard to avoid it or resist it when I'm actually in it and attracting it and, meditating on it. That's the biggest thing to remember. What you meditate on the most, that is what you attract to yourself. What you think about, what you give your energy to, what you meditate on, what you're constantly worrying about and thinking about, you're literally generating energy when you are thinking about those things. So it's like a generator, that generates energy when the power is out in a home or in a building. And you turn on the generator, power it up, turn it on. And then once it's turned on, you are able to generate energy. But you've got to put fuel in it. You've got to turn it on. Some of them are electronic, but you've got to turn it on. And once you turn it on, then it's going to fuel every room in that building. It's going to help provide energy and light and power to that facility. Likewise, with our bodies and our minds and our lives, what we turn on, what we think about, what we pay attention to, those things that we would allow in our space and allow to come in, whether it's through phone calls or through the television, you viewing it or meditating on it while you're driving, whatever it is that seeps into your soul and into your spirit and into your mind, those are the things that you are actually giving power to. And the more you give power to those things is the more that you will attract them. So how do you stop it? When you're attracting things that are negative, people that are negative, experiences that are not good, how do you stop them from reoccurring? You stop them from reoccurring by putting your attention on other things, putting your attention on other people, putting your attention on yourself. Think about yourself. You have a purpose. What can you be doing today to fulfill your purpose or to get closer to your purpose? You think about, what you like doing in your spare time and do something fun. There are things that you can do to fill in those gaps where you're constantly thinking about, what you're trying not to attract, what you're trying to resist. That's what you're thinking about. So the key is to get distracted, to think about something different from what you're actually trying to avoid or trying to resist. At the same time, it's interesting because you also want to be sure that you're going in the right direction, that you have a goal in mind, that the goal might be, well, I don't want chocolate cake. because maybe it makes me put on pounds. So what I will do is I will substitute chocolate cake with it, maybe a healthy dessert after I eat a meal, something to that effect. So you always want to substitute what you're thinking about that is negative and that is not bringing you good results, and replace it with something that is positive, something that will give you good energy, something that will bring forth something exciting. For example, instead of the chocolate cake, you might want to think about, a dessert, something, maybe a yogurt, or something that is not bad for your body, something that is not going to make you put on pounds, but it's actually going to reduce it, like Weight Watchers or something like that. Their food is always weight conscious and helps you to not put on weight per se, but it helps you to really minimize your pounds and your weight, and still allows you to enjoy life and eat what you like to eat, but it's a different quality kind of food for people who are watching their weight. In that case, you went from eating a chocolate cake, a regular chocolate cake, to, finding a Weight Watchers program that can help you to really refine, what you want out of a diet when it comes to sweets is concerned. That's the thing. The main thing is finding that thing you can substitute with that idea or with that thing that is toxic. Replacement is the word, replacement. And also, you want to use affirmations. So you can talk to yourself. I like to call it talking to your inner child. We all have an inner child on the inside of us that is constantly talking to us about, what hurts her, what she doesn't like, what makes her happy, what makes her excited, what makes her joyful. There are things that she's constantly telling us that if we're not paying attention to them, then we can, fall into a trap where we are in a constant routine where we're doing everything, the same way every day, and going to work, going from home, going to work, from work, coming home, or stopping somewhere in between, going to the gym or whatever. It's a constant routine. And there's a saying where that says that, people hate change. So people resist change by just doing everything over and over again, the same exact identical way. That's how we were created to be. However, it is good for us to change the routine. But at the same time, like I was saying with affirmations, you want to affirm to your inner child affirmations. I love you. Regardless of how this situation felt or what was the outcome, I still love you. I still adore you. I'm never, ever going to leave you. The way that you will talk to a little girl or a little boy, you want to talk to yourself that same way. Give yourself the love. Give yourself the support. Be very understanding. Be very gentle. Be very, very lovable and compassionate to yourself, because that inner child on the inside of you needs to hear that everything is okay, everything is all right, you're gonna make it. Nothing is going to stop you from getting to where you need to get to. And it is so amazing how that happens and how that works. So you really, really want to, number one, be positive. Find a positive thought. Find something positive that you can replace and substitute that thing with, that negative thing with. Also, you want to use affirmations. I'm going backwards. You want to use affirmations. Talk to your inner child. Talk to yourself. Put your hand on your chest, and you can use any of the affirmations I said earlier. I love you no matter what, or you can use all is well. My little girl, you are fine. If you're a guy, you can say, little boy, I know that you're there and all is well. I love you. I care for you. And it's just amazing how good you are. Okay, so those are things that you can practice and kind of make it a routine. The more and the more that you do it, is the better it will be. And then finally, the last thing is you really, really want to make sure that you are focusing on the thing that is going to bring good results into your life. So you want to focus on positive things. I think it's similar to replacement, like I said for the earlier. However, it is really zoning in and finding one thing that you can zone in on that's going to bring you a happiness and joy and just great and positive feelings. So it's substitution, like substitution, and it's also can be used with word similarly, same thing. Okay. And so that's the key. And I hope that this video helps you in some way or another to work with resisting, not resisting something, but substituting it with something else that's gonna come your way. So the name of this video is what you resist persists. What you resist persists. And so hopefully the ideas I gave you will overturn that and will cause a reverse. So it can be not what you resist persists, but what you pursue that's positive comes to life.